Alright, welcome back to another league race. This time we're back with FTRL for number, I think, 8 of Division 1 at France. Now, I was over here recently with TTML and it did not go very well. There was there's 2 spins in spring qualifying and then a dirty DNF in the race. So, but the thing that I said, but the thing I said at the time was I wasn't going to really change the setup, and that is largely true. In fact, I'm just going to knock down the wings a little bit, so I'm not a boat in the straights. But generally speaking, the setup is going to be mostly the same. So, because I didn't think there was a problem with it. Like it was, I just thought the way that those things happened was bad, or I guess unusual. Anyways, there is rain actually to come at the end of the session of qualifying here, so this is why I'm out now. And we're improving on our time. I think I invalidated the first run, so I made sure to fuel for a second. Because, yeah, the rain was going to be coming very, very soon here. So, important to get this done now. And, coming up to the line, it's actually going to be decent enough. It is going to be a 1 minute 29... Is that a 2? So that's not too bad. So I move up to 6th place there. I think this is one of the first times I actually out-qualified my teammate. But this is funny, right? So the sun is shining, right? This is a great Codemasters weather implementation, right? So it's sunny, you know, sun shining. And we wheel back into the garage. And it's almost like Mr. Burns put up the flipping satellite over the sun. Because... Bye. I mean, it's very realistic, right? That's, you know, just for the entire track, it's just the sun just disappears. Yeah, great stuff. Anywho's, I'm not a flipping meteorologist, so I don't know how that's accurate or not. But anyways, it's P7, so that's pretty good. Some safe drivers around me, with the exception of Zumpy, I would say. You know, Chicken behind Dylan, Dan, Matt in front, you know, of Zumpy. So I felt pretty safe about where I was in this on the grid here. So, anywho, we're going to do soft to hard is what we're going to be doing because, yeah. Unless, of course, there's a safety car that comes out, but yeah, I don't feel great to stretch because these are like 60% behind the lap 7 or 8. So, and then mediums. The thing was, and you'll discover, mediums went a lot further than I think. Well, certainly I gave it credit for. So, but anyways, you'll see why I didn't think it was going to work for me in particular later. But anyways, away we go. Not a bad start at all. It's actually Matt that gets the poor start initially, but the second phase is a little bit better. But we're going to be safe from behind, which is nice. Just take it nice and easy on the outside here into turn 1. I didn't want to be up Matt's inside here, but we make it through. But of course, that is the danger part when you're on the outside there. For that part is that someone could understeer into you. But nice and easy down towards the chicanes, and nothing really doing this first part of the first lap. Anyways, again, just front to rear, very close there to Matt as Dylan's behind. So I'm just conscious of that, and if he was going to get a run and was going to fight it, but I don't want to lose too much track position in the same vein. Heading through turn 10 then, Matt loses it. I actually thought he crashed into the wall, but he actually managed to save it. You can just see at the end there he managed to save it. But anyways, my predicament was I didn't want to hold Dylan up really, because he's probably going to be quicker than me in the race, because I had done a good job of qualifying. So, but I just didn't know where we were going to do this, because Dan was right there too. So, anyways, I wanted to let him go from early on. And we're going to get the chance to do so here, coming out of the final corner. I used a bit of ERS because, again, I didn't want to be left behind by the guys in front here. So, he's going to stay to the right-hand side. He's going to use his ERS, and we'll let him go. This is the best chance to let him go, so we do that. Sadly, I think he'd end up disconnecting like 3 quarters later. So, I kind of lost, or like the lap later, and then I happened to lose DRS. So, at least I think that's what happened. Anyways, because we're going to skip to lap 3. Yeah, he's already, actually, no, he must have disconnected the last lap, but out of DRS of the cars in front, and that's not helped by Zumpy losing it as well. So we're in P5 in the early run here. So again, like Imola, this is we're kind of up at the upper part of the field here. So this is nice. We're not in DRS, but anyways, the problem though is that because we have no DRS, Dan didn't get close to make a move down the first DRS straight, but through here, yeah, he's going to make the move. So we're going to try and use a bit of his pace to to pull ourselves along with DRS, and I felt that was the way to go about things at this point of the race. So lap number 6, you can see Matt has kind of made up the ground, and Joe's making up ground in the mediums here. So Matt's going to go through here. to take that place. That's P6, but we're still look behind Dan and Matt, but we're in a really good position still. We've got two guys with better pace than I have to help pull along with DRS. We're in a good spot here. The problem is we're pulling the medium runners along with us now as well. That's the problem here that we're facing. So anyways, moving on into lap number 7. You see, my tires are over 60% already. They're gone. Like, you know, we're barely keeping within DRS of Matt and Dan, and then the medium runners are here as well. So my tire wear here was really bad. Some people counteracted this by having high tire pressures, but I find here that if you're going to cook your softs and the such, and maybe even your mediums if you run high tire pressures here. So I didn't really fancy that, to be honest, because you just make everything worse. So I was going to box this lap then, because these tires are done and they're over 60%. Dare I think maybe even close to 70% even. I'm not actually sure. Did I check how much these were? Come on, you can click it. No, apparently not. But I know they were close to 70% at least. As we come on to the hards, and you know, we'll get a little bit undercut on some of these guys. So, you know, let's just let's stick with it. But the problem is though, and actually, do you know what? It wasn't actually too bad, because we're gonna fast forward here. Yogi just is behind us here on mediums, and I was hoping to use his DRS perhaps to kind of string along. But for now, he's gonna get past. He's on fresh medium, so you'll have to make another stop, or at least I thought. So I think he actually did have to make another stop. I'm not sure, but anyways, he goes through. There's a yellow flag in front for, I think that's Oscar, but no safety cars tone or anything like that. Lap 10, right, coming out here. Matt comes out of the pits. I get onto the curb. I'm barely on the throttle, and the car goes. It was very odd. Like I wasn't. I was hardly on the throttle, like barely on the throttle coming out of. Well, maybe a quarter or a third on the throttle coming out of that turn. I don't know what it was. It was very like again, it was very surprising the way that car went. Like it was very, very surprising. I was shocked because again, I wasn't really on the throttle. I took a bit of the curb, but enough to disrupt the entire car like that. I don't know. It was so this game is so inconsistent. It was very odd, but I really thought that shouldn't have gone like that. But anyways, we lost about that 6 seconds that I lost was critical. Like it bit me so hard in the end, because instead of being 6 seconds further up the road than I should have been, you know, having a gap, and even if people did catch, I could have used DRS of the multitude of cars that would be in this area of the field. So yeah, my race really was kind of ruined by that, because I got stuck in a place I didn't need to be stuck in. We're gonna get by somebody here who's had an off, I think. Or was it Yogi? It's Yogi actually. I just stuck in a place where I shouldn't have been, and because if you lose DRS here, it's so critical. So yeah, and the pace wasn't great on these hards either. So it was just snowballed really from there. So somebody's gonna get through here, but yeah, all of a sudden we were looking at like hunting in the top 7 to, you know, we're gonna be outside the top 10 now at this rate. So, and no safety car came out in this race either, which really hurt. Zumpy's gonna go for a spin here, so there's no safety car, like, you know, like, because there are a fair few penalties floating around. You see up ahead, like Ox and Dan have got pens, but no safety car, and we're going to get by Ox here, who's had a spin. No safety car to kind of help rescue. Again, it's typical, isn't it? Like when you want a safety car, it doesn't come out. When you don't want one, it comes out. That's how it works. Lap 16, Ox is going to come back through then on his mediums. The thing that I think was the thing to do was to stretch to lap 11 or so on the softs, and then mediums actually went to the end, which I didn't think they would. So I guess without a proper running here at France, the strategy kind of just went away from me. Lap 17, Matt's going to come back through then. I thought these guys would come back to me later, but again, these hards were really shit. And especially from lap 7, again, like this is the thing. I paid lap 7 on softs that were dead and were like nearly 70%. And these hards, again, similar story, going to be like close to 80% come the end of the race. Lap 21, this is like, so Darren was about 6 seconds or so by lap 18 or so. So he's caught me on softs here. You see, again, look what 6 seconds would further up the road would put me. You know, I'm in a nice little train there. But, you know, this is where we're at, and Darren's coming for me on these softs. This basically began a battle to the end of the race with Darren. I've not included everything. I'm going to upload it as a separate video, but pretty wild back and forth and side by side for a lot of the race. But it was very strange, because I thought, why on earth would he overtake me here when he could just wait? If he just got a DRS here and overtaken me, I reckon he would have pissed off down the road. I may not have seen him again. Now, possibly I may have, because a long way to go on softs from lap 18 or so, or whatever it was. But it was very strange to me why he decided to do that. But anyways, again, it's not, if I had left all of it in, the video would be like 20 minutes, and I don't want to be talking for 20 minutes when, you know, the action speaks for itself. So anyways, so again, not all of it's going to be included. Some of it's going to be included, the main back and forth, but yeah. He kind of tries to sneak through that corner a few times, but lap 22, and lap 22 rather, so at this stage, like, my race is, like, this is where I'm at. Like, I'm not going to catch the guys in front. There's no safety car coming. So I thought, you know what, let me just embrace this battle then, because this is what my race is now. Like, I may as well have some fun while I'm in this, because again, the race has just gotten away from me. The spin, the pace, the lack of DRS, it's all gone tits up. So do you know what? And this fighting is not helping time either. So I thought, you know what, let me just embrace the void. Embrace the void. No. Yeah, just go from there. So he tried to back off and let me overtake him for DRS, but no. I'm too smart for that shit. You can't pull that on me. So anyways, I'm going. And like ERS, like, it doesn't matter at this stage. Like, I'm going to use all my ERS at this stage for this fight, because I may as well. Because again, there's nothing left of my race at this stage, so may as well. So we get by him again. Where it's next, lap 24 and lap 25. So you know, he gets the switchback, and he's going to have DRS, and I need to keep it in the slipstream. So yeah, this is what it was, man. Just back and forth between my shit. You can see my hards are already 60+%. We're only lap 25, so you know it's gonna be a difficult. This is what I mean. The tire wear was just shit. I don't know. I don't think I could have made mediums work. He initially goes off the track there. I don't know how hot he went into that corner, and then cuts the rest of the corner, and then fills in behind me to get the DRS. So I thought, at the time I was thinking, these are some mad strats here. Anyways, he goes back through then on lap 26, and I'm thinking, right, well, it was wild. It really was just a wild flipping back and forth. Again, I'll upload a separate video, and you'll see a lot of it on the no-com as well, but a separate video I'll upload just in case you want to watch it on its own with the rest of the race, the rest of the baggage attached to it. But anywho's, DRS is enabled, and again, we're going to use all of our ERS essentially, because why not? I think his softs were probably worse than my hards at this stage, and that's probably how bad his softs were. But he couldn't really get back at me from this point until the last lap. Like, he would get, you know, obviously pull alongside me here, but I got the inside line. And I kept it behind for this long on soft, so I'm confident enough I could do it the rest of the way. I know he's got 15 seconds worth of pens. Like, I'm aware of that. I was fully aware of that. But again, we reached a certain point where I wasn't gaining anything back in front without a safety car, because, yeah, it was just too far behind. So normally I wouldn't entertain fighting someone this hard for 15 seconds, 12 seconds worth of pens. But again, this is what my race has evolved into. So it was confusing at times and odd, because he tried to overtake, like, you know, instead of going down the inside of turn 1 or the Mistral straight, you know, he decided to go try and, when I was on the racing line, he tried to go around the outside, which I thought was odd. But anyways, he tries to send it through this last corner as well. Yeah, I mean, why not, I suppose. But anyways, that battle was fun, but just an utter shit show of a race. Utter shambles. Especially a race that was going so well at the start as well. So, kind of like San Marino in some regards as well, how that, Imola rather, how that went. So yeah, pretty shit race all around. It'll make for good content, but yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for number 8 of FTRL Division 1. Next up is Saudi Arabia. I've not driven it. Should be a hoot. So, thanks for watching, and until next time.